human nature, we always want to help people. And when we help people, it not only makes the person we help feel better, it also makes us feel better. And it doesn't really matter what the scale of helping is. If I can help just one person next door who's in need of something, and I can help them with a kind word or something very small, that just improves my mindset and my belief in the world so much that it empowers you to do much bigger things. So I think, even when we're overwhelmed with everything bad that's happening in the world, there's always something, even if it's very small, someone who we can help. And I actually met my partner, my current wife, at that point, and she's from China. That's when I really kind of hit a roadblock, was because whenever I went to China to visit her friends, her parents, they couldn't speak any English. They could only speak Chinese. So I had tried to learn Chinese just like I had learned other languages before, but it just turned out to be impossible. It was much harder. So that's when I really took a step back, and I took a look at how I had approached learning in the past. So that's when I really dove into the science behind learning, and I learned about meta learning, like effective memorization techniques like spaced repetition, active recall. And then I came up with a method that I actually used myself to learn Mandarin Chinese. And after that, I discovered it's much more broadly applicable. If you look at a child, he will explore and dive into something and find out everything he can about it. And is very, very curious. But there's actually research that shows that our education system kind of reduces that natural curiosity over time. And another thing that it does, it's because we have those exam scores, people think that, oh well, I'm bad at like math. I'll never learn math. So it establishes this fixed mindset, almost like this cannot be changed. I'm bad at math. But the reality is that our brains are incredibly flexible, and the key to overcoming those roadblocks when getting stuck is adapting what's called like a growth mindset. Using the right methods, we can approach any subject and start learning it, start getting better at it, like one step at a time. Making it personal is so very, very helpful for learning, because very often when we learn from a textbook, it's abstract concepts which are not very, very memorable, not very easy to understand. But instead, like, humans are very good at learning by stories. Like, tell us a particular story about a CEO that made a particular mistake, and the company failed, and we will remember that, oh, when I have to run a company, I need to do things in a way that avoids that particular mistake. So we will remember much better from stories. And this personalization that you mentioned, like writing it in your own words, adding humor, adding all kinds of weird personal details, is really helps so much to acquire new skills, to learn new subjects, compared to just using abstract textbooks.
If you enjoy this podcast, please make sure to subscribe. To stay updated on everything that the Action Catalyst is up to, make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Action Catalyst Podcast and Twitter at Catalyst_Action. Thanks for listening.